Hello, SLT Tribe. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your collective general energy reading for today, October the 2nd, 2024. Please remember this is a collective energy reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. If you'd like a more in-depth personal reading, you can contact me through my email, sacredlovetarot1971@yahoo.com. So here we go. Let's see what our energy is today. A lot of people have been talking about my background here. Believe it or not, it is just a mouse pad. You can get them off of Amazon for like $13. And I have a few, and I really like them because they make great backdrops. So let's see what our energy is today. So here we go. We have the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So there's this real desire for change here. There's this real desire, not just for change, but to move in a completely different direction. We can see that the Knight of Wands is moving in a completely separate direction than that Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords talks about change and making this decision to go in a completely different direction with one's frame of mind, with one's thoughts, right? So the Knight of Wands is moving forward, but seems a little bit distracted in regards to things that they can't really, that's not really a part of their energy at the moment. So the King was like, go forth and conquer, right? Learn new ways to communicate with people and new things to get excited about and new ways to exert your energy and exert your passion. Find new ways to communicate and new ways to maybe meditate or visualize, because the wands are all about independent thinking and being passionate about moving forward, strength and courage. And so as this knight is moving in a particular direction, it just seems that he's just so preoccupied with everything going on way off there in the distance that he isn't given any attention to what is right here, right now in front. So we make the command decision to kind of change the way we think about the direction we're going. So maybe by changing the direction of thought, or maybe by even physically changing the direction of your desires, you may have more energy or more things to give your more energy and more things to give that energy to, as opposed to being preoccupied by what's going on somewhere else. So yeah, there's some, yeah. Okay, so look, yeah, you're being asked to kind of change your direction here. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, this new direction, this change of new direction has so much to be thankful for, so much abundance, so much growth, so much happiness. The Sun is the quintessential card of imagination, card of inspiration, card of childlike enthusiasm, celebrating just all these wonderful areas of your life, the successes, the opportunities, mother, maiden, crone, giving birth to new opportunities, to new experiences. I love that in the Six of Swords that we have the full moon up there, kind of illuminating all of these things that you may have not known and or have seen before. And when you catch up with yourself, you recognize that the direction that the King of Wands was sending you in was a direction of abundance and prosperity, of growth, of this cornucopia, this gift from Source Spirit. And the Sun is just so, pleasurably excited about that. But then we have the Three of Swords. And it's interesting that we have the Three of Swords and then the Six of Swords up here, because the Six of Swords is making this change happen. This is a fall card. We can see the leaves of fall changing the colors, and we see the wind blowing, so they're going off in this completely new different direction, which brings about a lot of success. But there's also this heartache or heartbreak here, because when we go in completely different directions, that changes the trajectory of our life, and we are no longer repeating patterns. There are people in our life who no longer see the benefit of us, of our energy, of where we're going and what we're doing. Some people really hope that you are still following that same course, that same path, so they are able to take advantage of what you have been doing for them. Does that make sense? So what I mean by that is, even though that the King of Wands is here expressing that it's time to move in a completely different direction with this Six of Swords, that it's time to stop being distracted by the things that we no longer have control over, some of us feel so comfortable with the path that we continuously follow, even though the message from Spirit is to choose a different path. We find it comfortable to continue on the same path. And even though nothing works out on that same path, it is still more comfortable to continue on that same path than it is to choose something completely different, fresh and new. So here we are, bemoaning, crying, upset, that we have lost, that we feel like we have lost something or someone due to this change that we are creating in our lives. But what is more important, the loss of something or someone, or the success of the new journey, the new path, and the success of your family, the success of your business, the success of you following a different path. Spirit is asking you to pay attention to your dreams. Look, so much prosperity here. All by changing direction. Spirit also says that you have the answers that you seek within yourself, that there's no reason to look for anybody, to look towards anybody else for those answers. We have specter, disagreement, discernment, critical thinking, and insight. So I think that the discernment, the critical thinking, and the insight comes with that Six of Swords energy, because I think that you recognize that regardless of how many times you try to navigate that same worn out, tired path, that it hasn't, and it won't, and it probably never will work out for you. You'll see little glimpses of something, but if your energy, if the energy that Spirit, if the opportunities that Spirit wants you to have is in a completely different direction, and you're spending all of your energy on this particular direction, then you're not energetically aligned with what is for you. You're not energetically aligned with that universal inheritance. You're not energetically aligned with that abundance and that passion and prosperity and that transition and transformation. So there's a little bit of critical thinking here, and also some serious insight that you are gaining by something that you're doing, watching this message, meditating, whatever it is. So we have self-evolution, awakening, and purpose. So you're finding your purpose, you're evolving into something more, you're evolving, not just evolving into something more. We have 222. It's just not evolving into something more physically, but it's mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The Sage card talks about happiness, harmony, and acceptance, and patience, which is the huge one, because you didn't get to where you are overnight, and it's not going to change overnight. So there's our little squirrel coming to visit. So we have affirmation for positive change. And that affirmation of positive change tells me that you know that the path that you have been on hasn't been the path that is going to afford you the life that you desire. Something tells me with that affirmation for positive changes that you are only on that path because it's comfortable and because it's what you know. And the moment you move out of scarcity, the moment you move out of lack, the moment you move out of fear is the moment you get to make these wonderful, beautiful, positive changes. We have affirmation for peace and serenity. Allow yourself some quiet time. We also have cleansing the body and spirit. So when you step out of this energy that is comfortability, when you move out of this energy that does not allow you to move towards your wants, needs, dreams, desires, and you recognize that, and then you start changing course, and that becomes a little bit difficult because now you're moving away from what is comfortable and what it is that you know, and that becomes a little bit difficult. There will always be that energy within us that will try to pull us back to what we know. So the body, cleansing the body and the spirit, allows you to kind of shake off all of that energy, right? To move away from that, I'm comfortable with what it is, where I am and what I know, because even though it hasn't been successful for me, it is what is comfortable. And sometimes we have to ixnay the comfortability and step out of our comfort zone and make the changes that we need to make, no, regardless of how difficult it is. And let me tell you, it is difficult. When we become very comfortable and complacent with where we are, it is very difficult for us to step out of the box and make the changes that we need to make in order to succeed or excel on our path and in our life. And if you want to be prosperous, if you want that stable, balanced foundation for your family, if you want to change direction or move, buy a new house somewhere else, or get a new job somewhere else, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone and dare I say, deal with it. Dare I say, deal with it. Because you're either going to step out of your comfort zone and walk this path and deal with how you feel, or you are going to step out of your comfort zone, get freaked out because of how you feel, and go back and continue to regurgitate the same thing over and over and over again with no real change. So the choice is yours. Know that you are divinely guided and loved, though. And if you would like a more in-depth reading, again, you can reach out to me via my email, sacredlovetarot1971 @gmail or yahoo.com. Have a great day.